Welcome. We're happy you decided to use RepOne Coach to manage your athletes. In the next few minutes, I'll review the basics of building a roster, creating and scheduling programming, monitoring your athletes, and tracking workouts. If you have any questions, please feel free to send us a message at help@getrepone.com. When you drop into RepOne Coach, you'll see your roster. You can manually add athletes via the Add New Athlete button, where you can choose a photo, type in the name, and select the team and group. Or you can import athletes via a pre-formatted CSV file. You can modify columns to show exercises you want to see at the top level, and you can modify which options you have access to in the settings, which I'll show you later in this video. To change teams or groups, go to the Teams and Groups tab, where you can add a team via the plus new team button, edit or delete teams and groups within the edit buttons to the right, or add new groups with the plus new group button at the bottom of each team. Selecting an athlete brings up their training history. You can expand on any session they did during their tenure at your organization and modify things like load and RPE for any set logged. You can also select the Edit Profile button to edit athlete details, or select the Edit icon on the roster view to pull up the same view from a higher level. If you click the Programs tab, you'll see a list of all of your training plans. You can choose to add a new program via the plus new program button, or edit and delete existing programs via the buttons on the right. If you open an existing program, you'll see training plans laid out in a familiar manner, in classic periodized form with an Excel-like interface. You can easily edit the name or add notes to the program. If you hover over each block, you get access to tools you can use to reorder or duplicate at the exercise level, session level, and even microcycle level, enabling very fast creation and modification of workouts. At the exercise level, you have additional tools to create an exercise above or below your current row. There are also buttons to create new blocks after each existing block, or create a session at the end of the current session. This is where RepOne Coach gets interesting. Within each exercise, you can of course select exercises from a drop-down or type to create a new exercise. To the right of each exercise is a drop-down called Regulate, where you can choose to automatically regulate aspects of an athlete's training based on real-time data. At the moment, we have the option to auto-regulate load via velocity, with more options on the way. If you select a training variable to auto-regulate, several new options show up. Minimum sets allows you to choose a minimum number of working sets an athlete must do within your specified velocity range. To prevent athletes from taking too long to find the desired range, you can set a maximum number of sets, which includes both warm-ups and working sets. By clicking the range setting, it switches to fixed, which allows you to put a hard cap on the number of sets an athlete might do to achieve the volume within your desired intensity range. If you use this option, we advise not to track warm-ups with your RepOne sensor or to create a separate warm-up exercise. You could toggle between a specific rep number and as many reps as possible. You could specify a starting load, which can be helpful for athletes that are unsure how much weight to load to get close to your desired velocity range. If you choose a percentage option, it will calculate the starting load based on each athlete's defined maxes located in their athlete profile. The two metric dropdowns allow you to specify either peak or average concentric velocity, as well as a set metric you would like to use for your velocity guidance. Target and range allow you to set your range of allowable velocities for each exercise. For example, 0.5 meters per second with a range of 0.05 will count your athlete sets as long as they're between 0.45 and 0.55 meters per second. Finally, speed work ensures that sets below or above range don't count, where sets below range for non-speed work are counted, as they're at least as heavy as the prescribed training intensity. This setting is great for dynamic effort, but also useful if you want more strict control over level of effort. If you select None under Regulation, you have the option to simply track reps with your RepOne sensor or track manually. On the Scheduling tab, choose the team or group whose calendar you'd like to view. To schedule sessions, simply click the start date on the calendar and choose the teams, groups, or individuals you'd like to program for. If there are scheduling conflicts, a pop-up will notify you of which workouts were successfully or unsuccessfully deployed. The Reports tab allows you to export any and all data, with simple filters for team, group, and date range. Once the CSV is exported, you can import it into your usual spreadsheet analysis tools to create reports on an endless variety of training variables. When you click Live, it opens a new tab in your browser that displays all training data as it comes in live from each station. You can view the speed of each set, whether they're below or above range, and more. If the coach prefers, this tab can be displayed on a tablet as they walk the gym floor, so they can keep tabs on the workout status and speeds at all stations at all times. You can find the RepOne Station app by searching RepOne Station in the Apple App Store. Our Android app is coming soon, and once it's available, you'll be able to find it the same way on the Google Play Store. Once you log in, you'll see a screen for athletes to log into a station. They can choose their team or group, or scroll down to All Athletes and type to search their name. Once the athlete selects themselves, they have the choice to select a workout and join a station. Once all athletes are logged into the station, they can select Workout to begin. Once a workout is begun, athletes can sign into and out of the station using the Change Athletes button at the top right. The RepOne Station app requires minimal interaction to facilitate a workout. The only step required is for an athlete to select Start to begin a set. If reps are logged with a RepOne sensor without an athlete selecting Start, the set goes onto the timeline and can be claimed any time during the workout. The timeline makes it straightforward to claim lost sets and prevent data loss. When reps are logged after an athlete selects Start on their set, they get auto-regulated feedback based on real-time data. If reps are too fast relative to their program target, they'll be instructed to increase weight for their next set. If the reps are too slow, they'll be instructed to reduce weight. And if reps are within range, the athlete will be instructed to keep the weight the same for their next set. At any time, an athlete can tap their next set and bring up a card showing their entire workout. Previous sets will be shown alongside each set's instruction, and the athlete can choose to move ahead to the next set, exercise, or block if needed. They can also choose to complete their workout.